We're very close to the halfway stage of the Championship, round 22 here. Last time out in midweek, no scores correct, but Blues won away under Rooney for the first time. Very happy with that. We'll start off with a brilliant game here, but before we do, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the predictions. It's the East Anglia Derby as Ipswich meet Norwich. Ipswich haven't won this one for a while. Norwich tend to get the better of them, but if you look at the table, Ipswich are in flying form. Out of the 10 home games they've played this season, they've won 9, lost 1, so very hard to beat at Portman Road. They've scored 30 and let in 17 as well in those 10, so very, very entertaining and full of goals. Norwich not doing too bad recently, only lost 1 of 6, which is a surprise because they were in a pretty low point, but getting some wins together, this could be interesting. Ipswich also only lost 1 in 6, but they won the other 5 and they've won 4 in a row. Great game, but I'm expecting Ipswich to really go all out, get some early goals and win it 3-1. Bristol City haven't won in 4 and they struggle against sides above them, so Sunderland in 6th place should be a bit of an ask. Sunderland in good form, unbeaten in 3, winning 2, and they're both wins have been at home against West Brom and Leeds, so very strong from Sunderland at home. I think they've got enough in this one, so I'll go for Sunderland to win 2-1. Hull face Cardiff next, and Hull put an end to their 2-game losing streak with a 2-1 win away at Middlesbrough. Very good result, and once again Hull proving to be a pretty decent Championship side. Now, their opponents Cardiff didn't have a great midweek, lost 1-0 at home to Blues, and they were very poor in that. I was pretty unimpressed considering Cardiff are supposed to be a decent home side recently, but didn't provide too much attacking intent, not too many good chances created. Maybe Blues were just very well set up, but Cardiff weren't great in that. And they've actually lost 3 of their last 4, so I'm going to go for Hull to win 2-1. Leeds take on Coventry next. Should be an interesting one. Leeds lost 1-0 to Sunderland in midweek, but only side in the league not to lose a home game this season, winning 7 and drawing 3 of their 10, so very strong at Elland Road. Coventry, decent form, only lost 1 of their last 6 and got a very good point in a 1-1 draw against Southampton in midweek, a side that are right near Leeds in the table, so maybe a bit of a warning, but I think Leeds have enough, so I'll go for them to win 2-1. Millwall have won 1 of their last 11, Huddersfield have won 1 of their last 9, both sides don't pick up too many wins, so I'm going to say that means surely they draw 1-1. Plymouth against Rotherham is a big one in the relegation battle. Plymouth are actually quite good at home, picking up 19 points out of their 10 games, so nearly 2 points per game. Away from home, it's a different story. They're poor. And they're one of only 2 sides to not win an away game yet. And the other they're facing, it's Rotherham. So Rotherham only picked up 2 points away, the worst side in the division this season. Makes me think that with Plymouth's good home form, they should get all the points. So I'll go Plymouth to win 2-0. Preston up against Watford next. Now, Preston picked up a shocking 3-1 victory over Huddersfield, and I say it's a bit of a surprise because they hadn't won in 4 before that. Watford only lost 2 of their last 11, and they've actually came against Leicester and Ipswich, so the top 2. So Watford, a very good side at the moment, in great form, and I'm expecting that to translate here with a 2-1 win. 23rd against 22nd, Sheffield Wednesday meet QPR. Sheffield Wednesday, they were unbeaten in 3, winning 2 in a row, but that was soon halted by Norwich in a 3-1 loss. QPR only lost 1 of their last 7 games, but will be slightly disappointed to draw 0-0 with Plymouth, especially with Plymouth having a man sent off and being away, which they're very poor at doing. So QPR may be disappointed in that, but they didn't lose it, and it was a game they couldn't afford to lose. Been in good form, and I'm pretty sure very soon they will be out of the relegation zone, maybe even this weekend. I'm going to go QPR to win and climb out of the relegation zone 2-1. Southampton face Blackburn. The Saints carried on their unbeaten run, it's now at 13, but it was another draw. They need to start converting some to wins if they want to catch up to the top two, because they are flying away and they can't stop winning. Blackburn, very, very inconsistent, and the table sort of shows it. 10 wins, 1 draw, 10 losses. They really don't like draws. They didn't like them last season either, and it's basically 50-50. Are they going to turn up and win or play poorly and lose? I think, granted the opposition they're playing, you'd fancy the Saints, so I will go 3-1 to Southampton. Swansea face Middlesbrough next, and Swansea have only won 1 of their last 7, quite a few draws in there, so maybe this will be a draw. Middlesbrough have lost 3 in a row, which is making me think it will be a draw, because Middlesbrough have quality. I can't see them losing a 4th, so I'll go 1-1. On Sunday, West Brom take on Stoke. West Brom 2 points per game at home this season, so very good at the Hawthorns. They have lost a couple recently, but they're still 5th in the table. I think they are overperforming, and I think a lot of it is down to how good of a coach Carlos Corberán is. But they're up there, and they're definitely fighting for one of those 2 what look like open playoff spots. You'd imagine the top 4 is going to be Leicester, Ipswich, Leeds and Southampton in no particular order. So there's quite a lot of teams vying for the 2 remaining playoff spots. Stoke, not great, no wins in 7. That's seen them kind of free fall towards the relegation zone. Only 2 points ahead of the relegation zone. And I think if their form continues, they could find themselves in that bottom 3 very soon. I'm going to go the Baggies to win 2-0. And finally, Blues take on Leicester. And here is my theory. You know what's going to come, I think. Blues, somehow, I don't think you'll believe this stat unless you know it, have only lost 1 game at home this season. Yet, only lost 1 game for Blues at home. Very surprising. And we've actually played the other 2 of the top 3. We beat Leeds. Yes, they were going through some problems, but we beat them. And we drew 2-2 with Ipswich. And from what I've heard, 70 minutes of that game, we were all over them. And even Ipswich fans have said that. They said they couldn't get out. We played very well. And we should have won. The only reason we didn't, by the looks of it, was the fact that we had to make substitutions due to injuries and fitness concerns. So, really, we should have 6 points against those 2. We only came out with 4, but we've only lost 1 at home all season. So we're hard to beat at St Andrews. Yes, Leicester are a brilliant side. Yes, they've won 8, drew 1 and lost 1 of their 10 away games. Yes, they're top of the league. But there is a chance here that we could do something. I think it's going to go one of 2 ways. I don't think we'll win. I think we'll either get absolutely demolished or we'll manage to nick a point. And the more optimistic side of me, and the fact that I'm a Blues fan, means I'm going to go for a shocking 1-1 draw. So, those are my predictions for these championship fixtures. There's some good ones here, especially towards the bottom of the table, as 6 of the bottom 7 are actually playing each other. So maybe some important games. It's going to be very exciting. Make sure to like and subscribe, and up the Blues.